I want to call on the entire media community to help us to support this our cry so that we will be rescued alive. I want to call on the acting president, Professor Yemi Osibanjo, to come to our rescue to meet the demand of soldiers of Khalifa under the leadership of Abu Musab al-Barnawi. They have promised us that if their demands are met, they will release us immediately.
Well, it's been almost 5 months since those lecturers whom you saw in that video were kidnapped by Boko Haram militants in Maiduguri. And joining us, well, the person whom you saw speaking there is Dr. Solomon Nehemiah Yusuf. He spoke in that video on behalf of those who were kidnapped. Joining us to talk about what has been happening since that time is the father of the man whom you saw in the video. His name is Mr. Nehemiah Yusuf Janjaro. You're welcome to Sunrise Daily.
It's a pleasure having me.
How does it feel watching your son, talk? When you see that video asking for help, how do you feel as a father? It must be very difficult, mustn't it?
It is quite terrible, sad and disturbed. It's very saddening.
How did you receive the news 5 months, close to 5 months ago, when you heard that your son was kidnapped?
When his friend called me from Yola and informed me that he was kidnapped, he was abducted by the insurgents. And also on the break of the news, his wife, who was pregnant, had to go into labor almost immediately. And she actually delivered a baby girl. And I named the daughter Mercy.
Mercy. Is there a reason for that?
Yes, I am anticipating God's mercy in their lives.
But it must be tough. 5 months after, have you received, and there, we recall him talking about the acting president, because then the president was not around when he was kidnapped. It's been how many months since the president returned? Have you received any word from government authorities that they are indeed trying to free those who have been kidnapped?
We have not received any news from the federal government. There's no effort by the federal government to get in touch with us. And since that time, we have no news, we have no information about their whereabouts.
So as parents of those who were kidnapped, even as family members, relatives, there's been no word from government in terms of what efforts they're making to try and free these people?
They have not met us, they have not informed us, they have not called us.
I beg your pardon, sir, but where do you live?
I actually live here in Abuja. But when the incidents happened, I had to travel to Maiduguri. I am from Yobe. We had to spend 2 weeks in Solomon's house. We were thinking that the federal government will act very swiftly and actually not actually later than 7 days release my son. But it extended up to this time. So we actually spent 2 weeks in this Maiduguri and had to go back to distant Damatru, to my elder son's house. We were waiting there for 3 months. And after the 3 months, we had to come back to Abuja.
Are you originally from Borno?
I am from Yobe. I am from Potiskum, Yobe State.
So when the federal government, because you have said that the federal government hasn't reached out to you.
Yes, it has not.
You have been hearing from them that they have been doing quite a bit of work in trying to push back the insurgents and also freeing quite a number of people in the process. When you hear that, do you believe them?
Well, I actually believe them, but I'm anticipating the release of my son. Words actually without action it may not amount to anything. I have been longing to see my son.